Very good evening and welcome to this special broadcast. It's not just fodder. Lalu has landed himself a super land bonanza in some of the most luxurious enclaves of the union capital. The land has been purchased in his daughter's name under highly suspicious circumstances. The land transactions are reminiscent of the modus operandi followed by Robert Vadra when he made a killing trading in land around Delhi. Navika Kumar has this story.
Well, in my hand, I have documents. These are papers that document land purchases in Delhi's Tony Scenic Farms and Bijwasan Luxury Farm on Cliff. These papers list out two sweetheart deals that point to alleged money laundering on a massive scale. Also, the fact is Lalu's daughter has bought almost 7 acres of land worth 100 crore rupees for just about 1.4 crore rupees, ladies and gentlemen. 1.4 crore rupees for two properties worth 7 acres and costing close to 100 crore, bought through mysterious business entities. These entities that seem perfectly all right with allowing her to make huge profits at their expense. Now, where do you get these kind of sweetheart deals? The transactions raise serious questions of impropriety and money laundering. That's the charge against Lalu Prasad Yadav. And if I can really begin with this document, Rahul, is the beginning of the entire Lalu connection. And if I can ask my camera person to focus on this. Michelle Packers and Printers Private Limited, 25 Tughlaq Road. 25 Tughlaq Road, New Delhi. This is the Lalu Prasad Yadav connection. 25 Tughlaq Road was Lalu Prasad Yadav's residence when he was a member of parliament. This company by his daughter Misha and his son-in-law Shailesh. Michelle, a combination of the names of the two, Misha and Shailesh. Misha, Shailesh, Michelle Packers and Printers Limited. And if I can show you, here are the signatures of the ownership of this company in the name of Misha and Shailesh Kumar. These are the signatures, ladies and gentlemen, of Misha and Shailesh Kumar. And if you can just see this, Misha, who herself in her own right is a Rajya Sabha member, is the political heir in New Delhi to Lalu's fortunes, is somebody who owns this company, Michelle Packers and Printers Limited.
Now, you know what is very big about all of this, Navika? The suspicious circumstances of the land deal. Now, you can actually acquire land and you can actually acquire it in the name of your daughter. But when you really go through this modus operandi, it raises some very serious questions. Questions about money laundering, whether in fact money was cycled, recycled, dirty money. Let's just go straight across to Anand. Anand, who will take us through this entire circle of this cycle really of Ghotala. Let's just put it together, explain it, because it's all happened through front companies and then purchased back again. So round tripping.
Absolutely. Somebody sells shares at a 90 times loss and somebody makes a 99% profit. Wonder which world you and me are living in, Rahul, because we don't make profits like this, Navika. We don't make profits like this. This is the 100 crore Ghotala that we talk about. She said Misha Bharti and Shailesh Kumar. These are the two people. They had this company called Michelle Printers and Michelle Packers. They sold shares at 90 rupees per share, 1.2 lakh shares to this mysterious person called Virender Jain, VK Jain. Who this person is, we don't know. This person, what he does is he sells these shares back to them at 1 rupee per share. What a person, what a man. I would like to meet this guy too. Please, I need him too. And what they did is in Bijwasan, they bought land, 3 acres of land at 1.41 crores. This was in 2008. So they pocketed the profit. They bought this parcel of land, which today is valued at about 50 crores. So profit of 50 times. So Misha buys the land by selling the company shares, and they also pocket this profit. Who's this person, Virender Jain? He buys, shares from you at 90 rupees and then sells it back to you at 1 rupee. Perhaps he has too much of money.
Well,
Let me bring in
I'll
Navika.
tell you who
Navika,
this
what is
person...
suspicious about all of this, Navika? Can you explain?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll tell you the entire modus operandi, Rahul. Now, what happens is Misha and her husband Shailesh Kumar set up a company in 2002 at the address of Lalu Prasad Yadav. As I showed you, 25 Tughlaq Road. That was his residence as a member of parliament. They sell the plant and machinery of this company in 2005-2006. Papers for which are available here. We can show it to our viewers that the plant and machinery has been sold away and there's no asset of the company except one asset, and that is a Bijwasan farmland, 3 acres of farmland. What do? First, they sell their shares at 90 rupees to this person VK Jain. And remember, VK Jain, Virendra Jain is who? He is somebody who was arrested on March 22nd because he was a data entry operator who runs shell companies. This Virendra Jain buys shares from Misha and her husband Shailesh Kumar at a premium of 90 rupees, takes that 1.08 crores into his company, and this happens on 25th of October 2008. 11 months later, just in 11 months, he sells back these shares to Misha Bharti at 1 rupee, which is costing 1.2 lakh. So 1.8 crores is what you buy at, 1.2 lakhs is what you sell at. That's turning black money into white, Rahul.
And
that's
the current
the only
value
way
of the
to
land is
describe it.
50 crores. The current value of the land is 50 crores purchased for 1. Essentially, isn't it, Navika? So a killing of 50 crores is made effectively. 50
That's
times
right.
profit.
And if I can show you some more documents. These are documents. How do we prove that this company belongs to Virendra Jain? Virendra Jain, the man who was arrested for operating shell companies. This is Shalini Holdings. Transferor's name. These are the transfer documents of the share. Transferor's name, Shalini Holdings. Ledger folio of the transferee, that's Misha Bharti. Misha Bharti buying from Shalini Holdings. And I can show you, this is the Ministry of Corporate Affairs document that shows that this is Virendra Jain's company. Virendra Jain, the man who was arrested, Virendra Jain's company. He's the director on Alston Textiles India Limited. And if you go to the Ministry of Corporate Affairs to find out what Alston Textiles is the new name of Shalini Holdings. So Shalini Holdings was transferring the company to Misha Bharti. These shares were going and these were owned by Virendra Jain, who takes a hit of 90%. He takes a hit of over 90%
Super
to hand
bargain.
over this company. So
Super
you
scam.
pay, and I can show you a document that the asset value of this company in Mishail is agricultural land worth 1.41 crore. That's the only asset that this company has, and it is this company that is purchased with an asset of only 1.4 crore. You sell the company share at 1.2 lakh rupees and you return the entire company in 1 lakh rupees and you get the entire property in your name. 1.4 crore is the payment, or it's the value of the land, which is actually worth 50 crore rupees tonight. And Rahul, let's take our viewers through the visuals of that property in Bijwasan. That property, if you see, will be mind-boggling. Anybody in this city would be thinking that purchasing a property for 1 lakh rupees in the plush Ghitorni Bijwasan area
discount,
where all the luxury farmhouses are, would not be possible for less than 30-40 crores.
Yeah, well,
but
we sent our reporters there. We sent our
Yeah.
reporters there, Navika, because we wanted to verify what this was. Because 96% profit you make on a deal, that's just mind-boggling. And obviously, that means someone has taken a 96% loss. So why did Mr. Jain take this 96% loss? That is what we wanted to go and investigate. We'll play out 2 sequences where we spoke to the caretaker and others employed there.
अरे मिशेल प्रिंटिंग यही है क्या?
मिसाइल पैकर्स?
हाँ पैकर।
हाँ जी
यही है?
हाँ।
अच्छा, अंदर कोई है ऑफिस में? कोई
ना, यहाँ कोई नहीं रहता है।
बंद पड़ा है ये?
हाँ, मिसाल पे तो फार्म हाउस है, यहाँ कोई रहता नहीं है।
यहाँ पैकर वैकर का काम नहीं चलता?
नहीं, यहाँ कुछ ना।
अरे यार, हमें बोला गया था कि उनकी है ये, क्या नाम है, मीशा भारती की है।
हमें तो नहीं जानता, हमें तो भाई आके मुल्ला हरा के देता है।
हाँ जी?
लोग खरीदने चाचा पैसा देते हैं, हमें नाम ना पता है।
नाम नहीं पता है किसका है?
ना, हम खाली मिसाइल पैकर्स के नाम से जानते हैं, बिजली बिल आता है।
ये वीरेंद्र जैन जी की कंपनी है?
हाँ
है अभी?
हाँ,
अभी नहीं है। किस टाइम पे आते हैं?
ये कम से कम 1.5-2 महीने से आई नहीं है।
1.5-2 महीने से नहीं आ रहे? वीरेंद्र जैन जो इनका पीछे वाला वो है कंपनी है, वो भी नहीं का था?
ये नहीं पता सर मुझे।
नहीं, जो पीछे यहाँ पे 22 राजेंद्र पार्क वाला,
मुझे पता
नहीं है।
Well, this was just one of the deals, Navika. We'll just talk about the second deal, which swells this entire kitty to about 100 crores. But this is significant because if this is what it is being made out to be, quite obviously from these documents, then Lalu Prasad Yadav has a lot of explaining to do.
That's right. In fact, Rahul, this was one deal of the Bijwasan farm. We showed you the visuals of that farm. We showed you these are the documents of how companies were purchased at just 1.2 lakh rupees and got with it a value of 50 crore worth of farmland in Bijwasan. That's company number one, Michelle Packers. Company number two is KHK Holdings. That is another company that is in the name of Misha Bharti. I can show you all the documents related to KHK where the particulars are given as Misha Bharti and Shailesh Kumar as the people holding KHK. This is KHK Holdings Private Limited. Now, this company is another company where Misha Bharti and her husband Shailesh Kumar are both directors. These companies have their assets as well, and that's the only reason these companies are being bought, because there's no other business that these companies are doing. And let us show the shareholding in KHK Holdings of Misha Bharti and her husband. This Bharti Misha is the name right here on this document. Shailesh Kumar is the name here. Look at Bharti Misha getting 9,900 shares, Shailesh Kumar getting 100 shares. That is a total of 10,000 shares at 10 rupee face value. This company is bought at 1 lakh rupees. Just 1 lakh rupees this company is bought at. And see how Misha Bharti becomes a director on 15th of September 2014. That's the appointment made here of Misha Bharti, her husband, same day appointment. And this company is bought from Vivek Nagpal and Aarti Nagpal, who on March 2015, within 6 months of getting Misha Bharti and Shailesh Kumar as directors on the board of KHK, actually hand over the company, because this is the cessation notice, which means that Vivek Nagpal ceases to be a director of KHK Holdings, transferring the entire land, the entire assets of the company to Misha Bharti and Shailesh Kumar, daughter and son-in-law of Lalu Prasad Yadav. Again, a company bought at 1 lakh rupees. And let me show you how this same company actually raised a loan through India Bulls Housing Finance Limited. India Bulls Housing Finance. This is the document that shows that loan was taken and how much loan was raised on this particular company. This particular company raised a loan of 23 crores, 23.76 crores, which means the value of this property or the assets would be much more. That is why you can raise. And look at the address that comes with this company. H27/1 Western Avenue, Scenic Farms, New Delhi.
This is not
so the plush Scenic Farms also comes into this particular company.
Let me just bring in Anand, Navika.
Company number two.
Because
so KHK Holdings and Michelle Packers and Printers, two companies, two transactions, one for 1.4 crores, one for 1 lakh rupees, and you get two farmhouses for 50 crore rupees each. That's a bonanza of 100 crore.
And a windfall of almost 90 times. 90 times. That's what we're looking at. Great business acumen these individuals might have. I don't know why we are not blessed with such. I want to bring in Anand. Anand, just explain this cycle of Ghotala, this second one.
Yes, this is the second part, and what Navika was saying, we're just going to put it on a flowchart for our viewers to understand. Now, you have these KHK holdings. This is then bought over and owned by Vivek and Aarti Nagpal. This is the company Vivek and Aarti Nagpal. In 2010, they buy this parcel of land and then they raise 23 crores from India Bulls Finance. What they then do is go ahead and then sell this to Misha Bharti, and you have at 1 lakh rupees. That's all that they have paid, 1 lakh rupees. So Misha Bharti and Shailesh Kumar's gain is about 2,300 times. So Vivek and Aarti Nagpal own KHK Holdings Private Limited. They have this property which they acquired in Scenic Farms in 2010. They raise a loan worth 23 crores, after which they sell their company just at 1 lakh rupees to Misha Bharti and Shailesh Kumar, who then sit on this entire property and acquire all of this.
Is the gain for Misha Bharti. Let's we visited this property to ascertain who actually it belongs to, so we could actually make this entire expose more credible. This is what we found out. Listen, it's very interesting.
कौन रहता था? विवेक नागपाल रहते थे यहाँ पर?
पहले रहते थे, अब बेच के चले गए।
कहाँ चले गए?
अब ये भी नहीं पता हमको कहाँ गए।
किसने खरीदा है ये?
लालू प्रसाद की बेटी
आती है यहाँ पर।
मीसा भारती।
मीसा, हाँ मीसा नाम है ना उनका। तो
मीसा
कभी देखे उनको?
हाँ
यहाँ पे आई हैं?
हाँ कई बार आ चुकी।
अच्छा, तो यहाँ चौकीदार वगैरह नहीं छोड़ रखा है कोई? यार बात
चौकीदार भी गाँव गया।
चौकीदार भी गाँव गया है। तो लालू प्रसाद यादव भी आए हैं कभी?
आते
यहाँ पे आते हैं?
Now, Navika, we were so stunned by all of this that we decided to speak. In fact, you spoke to this individual, Mr. Nagpal. Why was he being so beneficent to Misha Bharti and Lalu Prasad?
Well, it's the same story, Rahul. Whether it's Robert Vadra, I don't know why DLF is dying, falling all over itself to do a deal with him. Why people who are selling to him like the powers that we saw in the Robert Vadra case. And in this case, people are falling over themselves to give this land, these companies to them at a song. Why can't you and I or any other Indian or any other citizen of this country get deals of 1 lakh rupee for a 50 crore property? We don't know. There are some obviously suspicious issues which require investigation. But I spoke with Vivek Nagpal this afternoon and I asked him, does he own KHK and did he transfer the property to Misha Bharti? Listen in to what Vivek Nagpal told me, completely denying and completely expressing lack of memory, loss of memory about any such transaction. Listen in to Vivek Nagpal. Mr. Nagpal, I just wanted to check with you. You had a company called KHK Holdings?
Yeah, we have.
Is it still with you?
Yes, certainly.
It's with you. Because you've transferred some shares to Misha Bharti and Shailesh Kumar. So I just wanted to check. Yeah?
I'm not sure because KKH, we have many companies. So I don't know which KKH. Anybody can.
Not KKH. It's KHK Holdings. KHK Holdings, which has property H227 by 1 Scenic Farms.
Can you send me a WhatsApp? I'll check up this website. Is it fine?
But this is a company of which you have transferred some shares to Misha Bharti and Shailesh Kumar?
Not recently. I don't remember any transaction for the last 1-2 years.
Yeah, this transaction is in March 2015.
I don't remember. I'm in Mumbai. I will come back to you by the end of the day.
All right.
You can send me the exact detail of the company.
All right. KHK Holdings, but I'll message you as well.
I've written down, but complete detail, please.
All right.
I'll come back.
All right.
The day or by tomorrow morning,
all right. Thank you so much.
When you endure a 2,300 time loss, Navika, you probably want to forget about that. I'm not surprised that this man is feigning ignorance. He probably doesn't want to be known in the world as a person.
Rahul, I'm sure neither you or I will mind any of those farmhouses in Bijwasan or Sainik farms if they come to us for ₹1,00,000. Maybe at that rate, we can also afford it.
I know, you can retire forever. Anyhow, this will give huge fodder for the political grist, windmill, etc. And this is going to have national implications for 3 reasons. And I want to bring in Prashant because Prashant is outside Lalu's house in Patna. Never before a scam of this proportion linking Lalu to land deals in Delhi has ever been exposed, Prashant. Secondly, most importantly, Nitish Kumar is now going to be under intense scrutiny and pressure. Scrutiny because his every move now with relation to Lalu is going to be gauged, and pressure because he'll be asked to snap ties. And this could have a bearing on at least 3 important events: the presidential polls, the formation or the coming together of a Mahabandhan, and also it could precipitate a crisis because it could lead to the collapse of government in Bihar. I want to bring you in, Prashant. Where is Lalu Prasad? Where is Nitish Kumar?
Well, absolutely, Rahul, and as you very rightly said, this will indeed have national implications because never before Lalu Yadav's name had come up in any land grab, any land scam, but this time round with the massive exposure of Times Now, the super exclusive will have national implications. And I have been stationed here since 12 noon, have made at least 20 attempts to reach out to the Yadav family, including Mr. Yadav himself, but to no avail. They are not coming out. No one is actually coming out to answer to any of our queries being posted either on the SMS or
maybe you should have told him that you have some land to sell in Delhi for 1 lakh. If you had told him that you had some land to sell in Delhi for 1 lakh, he might have picked up your phone. That's where the problem lies. You didn't have a good enough offer, Prashant. Let me go across very quickly to outside Nitish Kumar's residence where we are joined by Shyam. Shyam, Nitish Kumar also is silent now as Lalu, or is he willing to come out and speak?
Well, absolutely. Even Nitish Kumar has kept a mum on this whole issue related to Lalu Prasad Yadav and his family and these deals of lands which have come up. Absolutely, the JDU, even the JDU spokesperson have refused to come on camera. They've said that there's a ban on their speaking on any issues related to Lalu Prasad Yadav. So definitely Nitish Kumar knows that he has got to run the government here in Bihar. And remember one thing, that Lalu Prasad Yadav has 81 seats in the Vidhan Sabha. So without Lalu Prasad Yadav, Nitish Kumar cannot run the government.
Well, he's becoming a liability.
Nitish Kumar will have to bear everything.
Sanjeev Srivastava, he's becoming a liability. There's no other way of looking at it. Scandal after scandal tumbling out of the closet of Lalu and right at the feet of Nitish Kumar.
First of all, Rahul, let me compliment you and Times Now team.
Well,
because
Navika has got this story, so all kudos must go straight to her because she's the one who has been investigating this now for about 2 months.
And I really...
And let me tell you, these are not old recycled documents or letters. This is very fresh, never before been revealed, Mr. Srivastava.
True.
Never before.
Yeah, and I particularly enjoyed Navika's brief conversation with Mr. Nagpal, who has had this beautiful memory lapse about not remembering having transferred a property, a huge farmhouse in Sainik farm, and we who live in Delhi can only eye these kind of properties and farmhouses in Bijwasan and Sainik farm with you know, a lot of it is ill-gotten money, but when people get it for such throwaway prices, next to nothing, it's virtually free. The important thing here to note is that why have this, whether it's the Nagpal or Mr. Jain, what prompts them to give away such prime properties at this kind of next to nothing prices? What was the quid pro quo? What did they get in return? Or was it, you know, I'm just raising a thought. Or is it Mr. Lalu Prasad Yadav and his family members converting some ill-gotten wealth and buying these properties of these, so paying money in cash or whatever you may, I really can't make a guess. Is there a quid pro quo, or is this family settling their own, parking their cash which they have accumulated over the years?
Well, it looks like it, Navika, doesn't it? It looks like it. It looks like there has been an attempt here at money laundering because the only real assets these companies seem to have had is the land. There's nothing else.
That's right. And in fact, if there were companies, there would have been some business in those companies. These companies have absolutely no business to show for. The only thing that they have on their balance sheet is the land, the asset that they own. Whether it was Michelle Packers and Printers, it had plant and machinery that had been sold off. The balance sheets right here with me show all the plant and machinery has been sold off in 2005 and 2006. Yeah. So what does this company really own? This company really owns the farmland. The farmland is in Bijwasan. You know what price the Bijwasan farmlands, especially after its proximity to the airport, to the metros that's been coming up. You know, these land values have been going up. And in 2008, 2009, yeah, this farmland is bought at a song. 1.41 crore rupees this Bijwasan's land is acquired, and coolly the company is transferred at 1.2 lakh rupees to Misha Bharti and Shailesh Kumar. Why don't we get any benefactors like this one, Rahul? That's the question.
Yeah, that's the question. I just want to bring in GV and Narasimha Rao. GV and Narasimha Rao, this will only give you more fodder. I'm sorry to use that word, but it will give you more fodder to target this government, and obviously you're going to seek answers, because this is a monumental scandal, land scandal, never before reported, completely fresh.
No, Rahul, I think Lalu Prasad has gobbled all the fodder without really paying for any fodder. So I think let's keep the fodder aside. I think this is Lalu ki land leela. I think how he has really amassed properties worth hundreds of crores. I think a few days ago, our party in Bihar have revealed how he is sitting on properties worth over 1,000 crores, which have been acquired through, which have been either acquired as Binami properties, or the manner in which this kind of money laundering has been done into these companies. Let me tell you, these companies are actually special purpose vehicles, and the special purpose here is to not bring your name onto the land property, so that you don't go and register property in the name of your children, and the property remains on the books of a company. What? And you take over the company by buying shares of the company. And the real worth of this company is equal to the value of the property.
Narika, I think Alimuddin Khan is with us. I think he needs to come out and explain. Will the Congress party now just sit around and wait once again? I mean, they're also part of this Mahagathbandhan in Bihar. Can they be part of a alliance in which the principal pillar is steeped in, on the face of it, dodgy land deals, corruption, perhaps money laundering?
No, Rahul, he has been more so than land. I think they might want to get his consultancy.
Rahulji, land in that area, if I give you example of DLF and Gurgaon, land in that area in year 2004 was available for 2,000 to 5,000 rupees per square yard. So if you get land in that area for 1 lakh rupees per acre or 2 lakh rupees per acre in that year, that is not a surprise. Because land has gone high only after UPA government came in 2004.
Arey sir, it's not about the land appreciating.
Flexibility of the...
It's the fact that somebody is taking a loss of 2,300 crores on paper there and then.
It's a deal, Mr. Alimuddin Khan. If you can buy land for 2,000 rupees an acre in Bijwasan, both Rahul and I would want a piece of land of 3 acres each, just like Lalu does. Why don't you get us land, Mr. Alimuddin Khan? What a preposterous statement you're making, Alimuddin Khan. Where do you get in Bijwasan areas? Per acre, the cost is nothing less than 10 to 15 crore rupees per acre. What are you talking about land being available for 2,000 rupees per acre? Which world are you living in? With the proximity to the airport and with the metro coming up in that area, Bijwasan farm of 3 acres, you're saying will come for about 2 lakh rupees? Who are you kidding, Mr. Alimuddin Khan?
Navika ji, I am talking about year 2004 and 2005. At that
we are talking about the year 2009 when the metro work was already there. 2009 is the time. The proximity to the airport was already there, and Bijwasan farms, even in 2009, were definitely not cheap. GVL Narasimha Rao, you are a Delhi resident. Sanjeev Srivastav, you are a Delhi resident. And Shahid Siddiqui also with us tonight. You are a Delhi resident too. Can you get a Bijwasan farmland of 3 acres for a couple of lakh rupees, as Mr. Alimuddin Khan is simplifying this entire deal into?
Absolutely not. It's just impossible. And I know that in that area of Bijwasan, the land has always been very, very, very expensive. Alimuddin Khan knows that. But he has to give an argument to save his so-called secular, corrupt, criminal elements. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. Unfortunately, these people have been doing this for long, and you have found a few cases. I am sure there are hundreds of such cases. With such a large family of Lalu, there will be in every daughters and sons name a lot of such properties, not only in Delhi, in Mumbai, all over the country, or even outside the country. So this is these people have been doing this and using all this money, which ill-gotten money which they get, and because it's all ill-gotten, it's black money as we call it, they change it into land, and that's the procedure, using these shell companies to go through and
Alimuddin Khan,
with this kind
you can give a consultancy
money,
to Lalu Prasad. After all, you also come from the Vadra School of Management. You can give a consultancy to Lalu Prasad Yadav and his family, because land dealings is something that the Congress party is extremely good. Look at these papers again, and here once again, viewers, I draw your attention to the Lalu Prasad Yadav link. 25 Tughlaq Road, New Delhi. Michelle Packers and Printers Limited. This is the house of Lalu Prasad Yadav. It was allotted to him by the government when he was a member of parliament of the Lok Sabha, and this house was iconic because every Holi, every festival, journalists used to be invited, and we've been to 25 Tughlaq Road several times when Lalu Prasad Yadav as an MP and as a rail minister used to live in this house, 25 Tughlaq Road. That's the Lalu Prasad Yadav connection. Alimuddin Khan, can you deny the fact? Are you willing to provide consultancy now? You have political commonalities between RJD and the Congress party because you have connections in several scams. Chara घोटाला से लेके अब ये land घोटाला. Now consultancy on land?
Navika ji, I am not for consultancy. I don't do consultancy services. I know the political system. I know the land system here. What I am telling you is, if you pick up any farmhouse of any party person, be it BJP, RJD, or it is Samajwadi, or it is any other party who are staying in DLF farms, who are staying in Bijwasan or Sainik farms, you will find the cost at that time was too low and it was appreciated later on only. As far as this particular land is concerned, I don't know what circumstances land was purchased.
Alimuddin Khan, there are some big questions, and I want to quickly take some of those big burning questions there at the bottom of your screens. Let's have a look at these big burning questions. What compelled 2 businessmen to sell their companies or stakes to benefit Lalu's daughter? Simple, straightforward question. Was there pressure? Were there fronts? Why were these businessmen prepared to face huge financial losses for the sake of Lalu's daughter? Were these businessmen acting as fronts for Lalu's daughter? Why were these businessmen selling their shares at a 90 times discount? Were the land deals just a facade or an elaborate dirty money washing exercise? Was there a pre-arranged quid pro quo between Lalu and these businessmen? These are questions which are very important. They need to be answered. Like the Vadra model, how is it that the Misha Bharti model also yielded 2,300 time gains? How does Lalu's daughter explain financial dealings with a jailed entry operator? We know that JN went to jail. Were company transactions only a front for acquiring post-farm land? And can Lalu deny links as his daughter's company are registered in his own address? These are fundamental questions, Navika, and these questions really need to be answered today. And we can tell you that while the political heat is building on this story, the Bihar BJP unit has taken note of this story. The 2 principal protagonists, Nitish Kumar and Lalu Prasad, sitting on the fence outside of the ballpark, not even coming for a response. Neither are any spokespeople of the RJD, JDU reacting, which is extremely, extremely worrying. it is extremely worrying for them because it suggests that they really don't have answers. Navika.
That's right. In fact, a complete stunned silence. We've been trying to reach out to Misha Bharti as well. I tried to reach out to her on her phones that are listed on the Parliament website. None of the phones were answered to Misha Bharti completely, ma'am. From what we do understand, that there have been attempts by the Lalu Prasad family, and by Lalu Prasad family, I also mean family including his daughter and son-in-law. There have been attempts to try and get in touch with the Times Group to somehow make sure that this story doesn't come out. But we are not going to subject ourselves to any pressure. We are going to go ahead with this expose because this is about land loot. It's the Lalu land ghotala and the Lalu connection of 25 Tughlaq Road. Extremely telling. How can a member of Parliament's house be used as an address for incorporating a company in the first place? That's the question, GVL Narasimha Rao.
Navika, I think there is already, I think it's now public knowledge that some ministerial positions have been given by Lalu Prasad Yadav to his own party colleagues in return for consideration. And the consideration was transfer of land, which was owned by people like Prem Gupta, Kranti Singh, who were ministers in UPA 1. They actually paid money in the form of land transfer to him. So this is one
Those are serious allegations, GVL Narasimha Rao. Is that an allegation? Is that an allegation, or do you have proof? That's a serious allegation you're making.
There is enough ample proof. There is, I think only it needs further collaboration, elaboration. These charges have already been made by our party leaders in Bihar, and they have not been refuted.
Okay, when you mention Bihar, we are now going to be joined by Sushil Modi. He is the leader of opposition in the Bihar Assembly. Sushil Modi has raised many allegations against Lalu Prasad Yadav. Good evening to you, Mr. Sushil Modi, for joining us here on Times Now. We are bringing out the big land ghotala. Lalu Prasad Yadav was known for the Chara ghotala so far, but now this is the big land ghotala by Lalu Prasad Yadav. Mr. Sushil Modi, my first question to you, there are two farmhouses that have been taken by Misha Bharti and her husband Shailesh Kumar. They run companies, they acquire companies only to get hold of the land. One land in Bijwasan farm area, which is a very premium farmhouse area. The other in Sainik Farms area. My question to you to begin with, before Rahul Shiv Shankar comes in, Mr. Sushil Modi, is, can a member of parliament, because that's what Lalu Prasad Yadav was, register companies in his official address, which is 25 Tughlaq Road at that time in New Delhi? Can somebody register companies in the address of a government allotted bungalow for a member of parliament?
Navika ji, first of all, I thank you for exposing this scam. But it is not only 25 Tughlaq Road. Even one Anemark, which is the official residence of Nitish Kumar, still many of the companies which I have exposed in Bihar, they have put this address of one Anemark CM house. When Lalu Yadav and Rabdi Devi has left Anemark about 10 years back, 12 years back, but still Tejasvi Yadav, Tej Pratap Yadav and his daughters, they are giving their address one Anemark CM house. But these are very small things. Navika, I must tell you, what you have exposed today is only tip of the iceberg. There are more than half a dozen companies, and the modus operandi is the same. The Delight Marketing Company, AK Infosystem Private Limited, AB Exports Private Limited, Fairgrow Holdings Private Limited. And in all these four companies, the same modus operandi. The companies being floated, no work, no employee, no transaction, no turnover. Land is being purchased through
same modus operandi money, for the Delhi firms as well.
Company, along with the land is transferred.
Same modus operandi, Mr. Sushil Modi, yes, for the Delhi companies as well.
Yes, the same modus operandi. And why Prem Chand Gupta, why Nagpal, and why Mr. O.P. Katyal or Ashok Banthia or somebody else, a big businessman, they will transfer their entire property, their entire company. The case with Michelle, the KHK holding. The only business they were doing to purchase land and transferring their entire property to this Lalu's family. And Navika ji, this is not only 4 or 5 cases. I have documents of more than 50 transactions. More than 50 transactions, property, buildings, commercial land, agricultural land, which has been transferred in the last 10, 12 years in the name of Lalu Yadav's family. And most of these transactions, apart from what he was exposed today,
the obvious
when Lalu
question
Yadav was
then
the
would
rail
be,
minister from 2004 to 2009, and when
the obvious question then would be, Mr. Modi, I didn't want to cut you off there, but would you now demand a probe, especially of Mr. Lalu Prasad's land holdings, which are quite questionable, first, and secondly, will you raise this matter in the assembly also?
The assembly, because hardly Bihar assembly takes place, it will take place after 3 or 4 months. But why Raghunath Jha donated his property? Why Kanti Singh gifted his property? And his son Tej Pratap Yadav and Tejasvi Yadav was the deputy chief minister. At the age of 26, they have become owner of more than 1,000 crore. Those who could not study, could not even pass matriculation. The younger who is a deputy CM, he could not even pass 10th standard.
No, that might be so, sir, but the question is a pointed one.
He is only
Is Sushil Modi tonight going to demand for the resignation of this individual, Misa Bharti, as a member of the Rajya Sabha? Number one, are you going to institute some sort of a probe? Are you going to get the centre to institute some sort of a probe? Your government is at the centre, especially with regards to the Union Territory of Delhi. And thirdly, most importantly, are you going to demand a probe?
See, Tejasvi Yadav is the deputy chief minister. And Tej Pratap is the minister number 3 in Nitish cabinet. We demand that they should be immediately dismissed from the Bihar government, from the Bihar cabinet, and the ED and CBI and some other investigating agencies, they should immediately intervene and they should probe all these cases, all these exposure, and there are foolproof cases. How Lalu Prasad and his family have acquired more than 1,500 crore, more than 1,500 crore property in the last 10 to 12 years. And this is the same Lalu Yadav. He used to say,
well, Navika, I can tell you
I got only 1 cow.
That the alternative front that was coming around, the so-called secular parties, seems to have been given a very big jolt. We are being told that there are various political parties that are now beginning to measure the distance between themselves and Lalu Prasad when it comes to propriety. Navika.
Absolutely, absolutely. And the question, and that's the question we'd like to take back to Mr. Sushil Modi. Mr. Sushil Modi, जब नीतीश कुमार जी से सवाल पूछा गया था कि वो लालू के प्रॉपर्टी ट्रांजैक्शंस पे कुछ कहेंगे, तो उन्होंने कहा था कि गला खराब हो जाता है ज्यादा बोलने से. क्या अब भी उनका गला खराब रहेगा? इस स्टोरी पर भी वो कुछ नहीं बोल रहे?
देखिए, उनका गला आगे भी खराब रहने वाला है. For the last 40 days, he has not uttered a single word regarding these land deals, and he is kept silent. And one of the mall which is being constructed in Bihar without taking permission from the forest department, more than 750 crore mall is biggest mall of Bihar of Tejasvi Yadav is being built, and by the same process they have acquired the land. This delight marketing of Premchand Gupta, and this is all cases of quid pro quo.
Yes.
If the CBI or the ED, if they investigate, they will find all these people were beneficiary when Lalu Yadav was the railway minister in the union cabinet. Most of these people has taken advantage of Lalu Yadav as the railway minister. And in lieu of those benefits, these companies and these lands were transferred. Otherwise, why Nagpal will transfer his land? Why Premchand Gupta? Why O.P. Katyal? Why Ashok Banthia? Why Raghunath Jha? Why Kanti Singh?
And Virender Jain, an entry operator who has been jailed. Mr. Sushil Modi, Virender Jain, to whom Michelle company was bought. Virender Jain is somebody who was even sent to jail.
I know. It's really surprising.
Yes. Yeah, Navika ji, you should investigate about some more companies who have a connection with Vijay Chaudhary,
Mr.
who has been
Sushil Modi,
arrested only 3 days back. So
let me just get another view on this. Could you stay on
Yes.
with us, sir? Please, I request you to, because I know that you've made a demand now for a probe. Let's just hope that that is instituted very quickly, because as of now, the RJD JDU is not responding to us. We'll have to take a short break, but a very quick response from Alimuddin Khan. Alimuddin Khan, Lalu is becoming a millstone around Nitish's neck. He has to dump him. Yes, no. Very quickly. Yes, no, before I take a break.
राहुल जी, महागठबंधन नहीं रुकेगा। कितने झूठे सच्चे स्कैम ले आओ, बीजेपी के कहने पे चलो।
सच्चे स्कैम पर भी नहीं रुकेगा। सच्चे स्कैम पर भी नहीं रुकेगा।
महागठबंधन होगा।
लालू लैंड घोटाला है ये। लालू लैंड घोटाला है ये, अलीमुद्दीन खान जी।
घोटाला हो, आप रेजिग्नेशन मांगो, घोटाले बनाओ, कुछ भी बनाओ,
हम नहीं बना रहे,
तो होके रहेगा।
बना रहे वही हैं और पैसे भी बना रहे हैं।